there, and welcome to the Transparently Jordan podcast, where I'll be talking with a new guest each week, and we'll be covering topics in health, fitness, lifestyle, and so much more. So stick around and let's get into today's episode.
This is Radiant Voices Media.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode. Today's episode, I am super excited. It is going to be a little bit of a different episode. I am not going to be chatting about a specific topic, or rather, I am a very exciting topic to me. My new book, The Courage to Be Seen, if you are watching on video, you see me holding this book up in front of you, is now out. It is now available. You can purchase this online. The link is in the show notes. I am so excited and so proud of myself. The last 9 months making this book, editing this book, multiple drafts. I probably drafted this about 5, 6, 7 times really. Had to scrap a whole bunch of stuff, rewrite stuff, but it is finally here. It is finally available. And it just kind of feels quite odd, really. Like the other day, I kind of feel like I had a bit of imposter syndrome. Kind of like, oh, what the heck? I have a book out. But having something to physically hold is, I don't know, it feels kind of different. You know, I have been creating for years now. A lot of people don't know this about me, but back when I was in Canada, I was a blogger and I essentially did part-time blogging. Basically, I worked with brands, I reviewed products, I earned quite a decent living from it, and only worked part-time as kind of an exercise physiologist on the side because blogging was kind of something that I loved to do. And when I sold that all and was able to move to Australia with that, I don't know, I kind of miss that. And now I'm kind of starting all of that up again, starting a new blog and starting to work online again. But creating online and, putting out products online just feels a lot different than actually having something in your hand. So again, The Courage to Be Seen, this is a 20-day kind of exercise book, and it has a whole bunch of daily affirmations in there, some of my favorite quotes in here, and it is a full experience. I'm quite proud of this project. I haven't announced this, but there is going to be merch releasing to correspond with the book. That's going to be out later in the year, the Courage to Be Seen project merchandise. If you are in Adelaide, I've been wearing kind of hoodies and sweatshirts here and there, just testing things out, testing the waters, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea, even creating a book, kind of everything that goes on with releasing things. I'm kind of learning it along the way. And the same goes with creating clothing. I've been testing different materials, different brands, and yeah, work in progress. But The Courage to Be Seen. Let's go through a little bit of a description. The Courage to Be Seen by Jordan DeSange, myself truly, or yours truly, is a guided journal designed to help individuals understand their past, heal from it, and intentionally grow into the person they are meant to be. It uses daily prompts, insights, and exercises over 20 days to explore defining moments, uncover hidden patterns, and gain clarity on how past experiences have influenced beliefs, behaviors, and your identity. This journal aims to break free from autopilot living and consciously create a more empowered and authentic self. The key features and benefits that you get from this journal is you have a guided journey. So the journal provides a structured 20-day journey of self-reflection. You get past exploration. It encourages exploration of past experiences and how they have shaped the individual. Hidden pattern uncovering. It helps identify and understand hidden patterns in beliefs, behaviors, and identity. Empowerment and authenticity. This journal aims to empower individuals to create a more authentic version of themselves. Self awareness. It prompts deeper self awareness and understanding. Healing and growth. It facilitates healing from past experiences and encourages intentional growth. And connecting the dots. It helps connect the dots between past experiences and current self and future aspirations. Resilience and perseverance. This journal also encourages connecting with one's inner warrior and building resilience, as seen in similar resilience building journals like Adelaide Bashir's Courage and Strength Guided Journal. And finally, mindfulness and reflection. This journal helps prompt encouragement, mindful reflections on challenging and reframing negative stories, as seen in similar journals, again, like Adelaide Bashir's Courage to Strength Guide Journal. So that's just a little bit of the excerpt from the book. What I thought I would do during today's episode is just flip to a random page and go through the exercise myself, just as a little bit of an example of, I think, what you can kind of get out of this journal. So, again, if you're watching this, you know that I'm kind of flipping randomly here. If it is a question, though, because a lot of you know that that the vulnerability corner with guests, a lot of those questions are in this journal, and I've answered all of those plenty of times. So if one of those questions pops up, I'm just gonna maybe flip to a new one. But random question, day number 16. Can you write about a time, or actually, maybe let's start with the affirmation. Rise to the challenge. Overcoming your lowest point shows you just how strong and resilient you truly are. It may not have been easy, but every step forward proved that you were capable of growth, healing, and renewal. Looking back, you can see how the challenge shaped you into the person you are today, wiser, braver, and more compassionate. So, day 16, the exercise is, can you write about a time when you were at your lowest and what helped you rise back up? So, I mean, I feel like I've been low many times. I think we all fail many times, but I guess something that comes to mind immediately would probably be, um, hmm, this is an interesting one. It would probably be not too long ago, actually, maybe a couple years ago, when I feel like I was just kind of going through the motions and not really sure what my path was. I think things were getting very hard financially. I was in a job that I feel I feel like I was enjoying, kind of, but not as much as I thought I would. I should enjoy it, and the pay probably wasn't the greatest, and I was just kind of again going through the motions, working for a pay that I don't think again was very great, and I think every day I kind of woke up and I hated going to work. I think things were, I was struggling, I guess, financially. Things were getting more expensive. Um, I think like my car, I was driving like a shitty car and it was breaking down all the time. It seemed like something negative was happening every day. Um, and I think just looking at things, and around that time, I knew that I wanted to change, but I didn't really know how to. And I think one thing that really helped me, um, as silly as this sounds, doing this activity is journaling myself. I think I have done so much journaling over the past, and I think something that helped me rise back up was just really reflecting on how I got to this point. I moved to Australia. I made it through COVID all by myself, was in another country with no family, had to go through uni, had to try and work part time, but it was COVID, so I couldn't find a job. And things were very tough then. And then when COVID finished, I got a job, and I was working, as a server and as a bartender part time, trying to complete uni, trying to do placement. And I made it through that. And, I thought, okay, I am a physiotherapist now. Things are going to be fine. But I was really quite confused. And I realized quite quickly that I don't know if I actually like this career decision that I made. But what was very difficult for me was I had moved to another country, um, the other side of the world, taking out this tremendous student loan because, if you're an international student, uni's not cheap. And in Canada, we don't really have hex debt or anything like that. You have to take out a loan from the bank. Of course, interest is out of the roof. So, you know, I had to do all of that for this career that I was like, oh, do I actually like this career? Um, so that was a big low for me because I had done all of this work. I had gone through uni, completed a master's degree, spent 7 years, to become a physiotherapist. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy journey just to, after, a couple of years, say, oh, maybe this isn't for me. Um, so yeah, I just kind of had to reflect, and I just kind of had to um, not, I kind of had to really like uh, think about, I guess, what I wanted in life, and I knew what I was doing I didn't really want. So, yeah, that I think journaling was something that helped me, and just trying to become more confident in myself because I think I always had this lack of confidence in myself, and that really shaped how I did things, and kept me in a position where I played it safe back then. Whereas now I'm not afraid to take risks. Now I feel like because I have a little bit more confidence, I'm okay with taking risks, and it really helps, I think. Um, I created this book, I wrote this book, I released it. I am starting Radiant Voices Media. So I haven't even really announced this aside from my social medias, but if you are a new podcaster, an existing podcaster, you will now be able to work with me, and get some advice, get help with your podcast. I help with production, so editing. I help with recording. I help with video editing, posting things on social media for you. Yeah, all of that kind of stuff. So, um, starting that what starting that is kind of a risk, and I'm okay with doing that because I've been doing this now for 5 years. I feel quite confident in the skills that I've obtained from podcasting, and I think I could help other people, especially thinking back to when I started this back in 2020, 2019. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to post. I had no idea how to edit. If you go back and you listen to my first 10 episodes, they probably sound a lot different than they do now, because I think just the production is a lot different. So, yeah, um, that I guess is my answer. There was a whole lot of babbling, but that's the whole point of this journal, you guys. It's to dig deep and to babble away and to just write whatever comes to you, really. The beauty of these exercises is you can my intention is if you get stuck, or if you write a response to the question, and then you think and you reflect and you're like, oh, actually I have a better response, then go back to it the second day. It's a 20-day experience, but if it takes you 30 days, if it takes you 40 days, because you have to do a day multiple times to fully get your authentic self on the pages, then that's what I want. I want you to I want you to grow. I want you to put everything that you have on these pages here. I want you to laugh. I want you to cry. I want you to just be your authentic self. So yeah, it's a 20-day experience, but again, if it takes you 30 days, if it takes you 40 days, by all means, please take as long as you want. Because I think these questions are amazing questions. They half of them have been tested by guests on the podcast, and the responses that I have gotten on the podcast have been tremendous and have been amazing. So I really think that we all can dig deep and we can really gain something from reflecting, and that's the whole intention of this journal. So that was all I wanted to do for today's episode. Once again, if you would like to order your copy, be sure to check the show notes. You can order it. It is available in Australia. It is available internationally. I think you do have to pay a little bit more in shipping internationally. Sorry, I'm trying to work on ways to get it out in Canada, being Canadian and all, but haven't figured that out yet. If you are in Australia as well, it will be available in Dimmicks. Um, I don't know when. I've gotten the approval from Dimmicks. They have picked it up. But again, I'm learning this along the way. I have no idea when it will actually hit shelves. It could be weeks, it could be months. Who knows? So the best bet right now is order it online. Be sure to follow The Courage to Be Seen on Instagram. My personal one, George's Day, I will post when it is available in Dimmicks or Canada as well. But yeah, thank you all, and I will talk to you on the next episode.